desire to become. Now, next we come to entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship takes place in mid-sized and large organizations. The employees there will do entrepreneurial activities. That is known as entrepreneurship. So take down, entrepreneurship means in mid-sized and large organizations, employees carry out entrepreneurial activities which is called intrapreneurship. So another name for this is corporate entrepreneurship, organizational entrepreneurship, or it is also called as intra-corporate ventures. So the people who are doing this entrepreneurship activities, they are called as intrapreneurs. So entrepreneurs are some senior people in an organization. They are allowed to come out with innovative ideas, and the organization gives them the facilities. They do the funding also, and they help that employee to develop his innovative idea. Usually in unrelated areas, they will develop the new idea, maybe a new product or a new service or a new process or a new procedure, something they will develop in a very innovative way. So they are helped by the organization. Most important, the top management will support these people. Very important, the top management of the company will support them to carry out their innovative ideas and to bring it out into finished products. So usually this entrepreneurship is found in developed countries like America, and usually once they come out with a very successful idea, these entrepreneurs many a times they leave their corporate career and they start their own business, and then they become very successful businesses. So entrepreneurs can also develop into successful entrepreneurs. Intrapreneurs can develop into successful entrepreneurs. Like for example, you see in Google. Google company encourages entrepreneurship. They have a 20% time policy. That means 20% of the time, one day in the week, the employees are allowed to do work on their personal projects, not on their regular work. They are allowed to work on whatever personal ideas they have, any innovative ideas, and the top management supports them. So that this 20% time policy has helped Google to come out with driverless cars. You know Google's driverless cars, Google glasses, you know, then Google AdSense, you know, then Google News, you know. These are all developed by intrapreneurs within their company. So they devote one day of the week completely to do work on some personal project, personal idea, something they have innovativeness. They are allowed to work on that, and the top management fully supports them. Funding, facilities, everything is given to them, and it translates into successful products like how Google has got. So same way many companies do this kind. Infosys company also, like Sudha Murthy, she will encourage people. Whoever has a successful idea but who does not have money, they can approach her and they can do their presentation of their idea. And if she is convinced, she will fund them. She will give them the complete funds and facilities, and like that Infosys has incubated. Incubated means grown many companies within Infosys. They right from idea stage, they have given all the facilities, all the benefits, and they have made the idea to grow into a successful company. So like that, entrepreneurship is done by many companies to encourage their employees within the company to come out with innovative ideas and innovative services or products or process or procedure, whatever innovative which can be good for the company in the end. So these are the different types of intrapreneurship: imitative intrapreneurship, administrative intrapreneurship, opportunistic intrapreneurship, incubative intrapreneurship, and acquisitive intrapreneurship. Take down, these are the five types of intrapreneurs. You're writing notes, Venus. You're looking at your book and writing something. You write it later, no? So what is imitative intrapreneurship? Imitative means copying successful ideas of others. So these entrepreneurs, they will copy successful ideas of others and they'll come out with a cheaper version or a better version of that product. They will try to copy. That is imitative intrapreneurship. Administrative intrapreneurship means they will be mostly into administrative activities and they'll develop a separate department in the organization. Like suppose an organization is not having R&D, they don't have research and development, then intrapreneurs will develop that department in the company. If they don't have an incubation cell means where ideas are collected in the company and they are grown into finished products. Like it can be a product, it can be a service, it can be a process, it can be a company, it can be a procedure. So those cells are known as incubation cell. So if the organization does not have an incubation cell, these people, administrative intrapreneurs, will develop that. Opportunistic intrapreneurship are those intrapreneurs who always look for opportunities. They will see whether there is any opportunity outside the organization or whether there is any opportunity within the organization. Government is offering some schemes to encourage entrepreneurs, then those kind of opportunities they will utilize. And here the top management will encourage them to make use of that opportunity and to come out with something new. So incubative intrapreneurship is where they will incubate. That means from an idea stage, they will grow it into a finished product. So that is incubative. So those entrepreneurs, they will take a basic idea and they will develop it into a finished product. So that is incubative intrapreneurship. Acquisitive intrapreneurship means company will merge with another company or they will acquire another company or they will go for partnership or they will go for JV. What is JV? Joint ventures. Yeah, so they may go for joint ventures or they may go for takeovers or buyouts. What is takeovers or buyouts? Like what Reliance has done to Big Bazaar. Do we see Big Bazaar store anywhere now? Because Reliance has taken over the company. The Big Bazaar people, Kishore Ambani, he did not have the money to pay to Reliance. what he had taken some money from them, he was unable to pay it back. So Reliance has taken over completely the stores of Big Bazaar. They have changed the brand to their Reliance brand. They have made it a smart, Reliance Smart, and they have changed the interior of the stores. They have completely removed Big Bazaar. 200 stores like that they have taken over all over India. So that is buyout or takeover. So through this way also companies will try to do entrepreneurship. They will try to come out with their brand, with their products, and try to achieve more profits. So these are the types of entrepreneurship. So how do we foster entrepreneurship? Foster means how do we develop? How do we bring about entrepreneurship in our company? First of all, we should have top management support, which is very, very important. Top management should fully support and encourage their employees to develop their ideas, because employees are always in touch with customers. So they know what needs to be improved. They know what new should be done to the product. So the top management should encourage them to come out with their ideas, provide them funding, facilities, everything. And second thing, whatever incentives government is providing, the company should explore that. They should see what are the incentives we are getting, like government gives tax exemption to innovative companies, those who have R&D. They give incentives to those companies who are coming out with social products. Social products means which is helpful to society. So when they come out with social products, the government will give them incentives. Then they should have very good communication system. That is, whatever communication system within the organization should be very well developed, so that whatever information has to be given to the entrepreneurs should be immediately given through them through the communication systems. And they should also encourage activities outside the organization. They should have teams who will explore what is the latest technology outside which is being developed, which will help the company to improve their operations. So those teams of people are encouraged to investigate what are the new technologies and which technology can be useful for our organization to improve our operations. And they should have cooperation, they should have teamwork. Like I told you, nowadays companies focus on whether you are a team player. When you go for jobs, they will interview you through questions. They will try to find out whether you are good to work in a team. Because nowadays teams are more important in organization. Individual person is not so important. Individually you may be a very brilliant person, but you should be able to work in a team. You should be a team player. So that is what companies look out for when they are recruiting people. So teamwork, cooperation is encouraged, and they should have a formal structure for intrapreneurship. Like I told you, Google's 20% time policy, where the one day of the week these people are allowed to work on non-work ideas, whatever their ideas are. Resources should be allocated to them. Innovative work culture should be developed. That means a work culture should be such that where the employees are encouraged to do things which is not the regular work, which is not the routine work. So they should be encouraged to do all those different ideas, work on their different ideas and projects and come out with something innovative. So Google company does that, HP company does that, Hewlett Packard does that, 3M does that. These are all the companies who encourage their employees to become intrapreneurs. That means to come out with something innovative ideas, and they will develop into a product which will be useful for the company only. So these are the ways in which you can foster. That means you can develop entrepreneurship within the organization. So I'll stop here. So why entrepreneurship is important for organizations is they can come out with new ideas and innovative ideas, and they can find out new talented people, and retain those talented people in their organizations. So entrepreneurship will make the organization to improve its operations and help the organization to function in a more efficient way. And also entrepreneurship helps companies to develop startup culture in their organization. Startup culture means employees will be encouraged to come out with their startup ideas. So this will again be helpful to the organization. So these are the reasons why entrepreneurship is important. So entrepreneurship also can be done with less risk, whereas entrepreneurial activities, the entrepreneur has to bear the risk. He has to take all the risk. So in intrapreneur, the risk factor is less. The person who's coming out with innovative ideas, he need not worry about the risk of failure, because the company will bear it. Wherever he is working, that company will take care of any kind of failure, any risk of loss or failures. Also, entrepreneurship breaks up corporate silos. Corporate silos means in organizations there are different departments like production, marketing, HR, accounts. So all these departments, they will function alone. They will not bother about the other departments. Like production will not bother about marketing, or will not bother about accounts. So accounts will not bother about production, marketing. So like that, company departments, they operate alone. So that is not good for the company. All the departments should operate together. Then only the company can grow. It can function efficiently. So when departments are functioning separately like this, that is known as corporate silos. So when you do entrepreneurship, you will break this trend of corporate silos. That means all the departments will come together, they will cooperate with each other, and they will work in a harmonious way and try to implement the ideas, the innovative ideas, so that it will improve the company's operations. So these are the reasons why intrapreneurship is important for companies to develop today. Take down corporate silos. Corporate silos. Corporate silos are when the various departments corporate silos. Last point. Corporate silos is when the company's departments work independently without cooperating with each other. Without cooperating with each other. This is harmful for the organization. This is harmful for the organization. Intrapreneurship culture will organizations help organizations to break up corporate silos, corporate silos, and develop a climate of cooperation and teamwork. Cooperation and teamwork. So these are the reasons why entrepreneurship is important. Now we'll see what are the problems in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship first problem is an innovative idea can fail. So that is a big problem where companies have to bear the cost of failure, because the person will not bear the cost, the company has to bear the cost of failure. So that is one big problem where companies are not ready to implement the innovative ideas of their employees. Second one, companies will have many hierarchical levels. That means they will have many levels of authority. So an entrepreneur has to take permission from each person, each authority person. He has to take permission to implement his ideas. That will kill his creativity. He will lose interest because he has to take so many permissions and so many letter of approval from different levels of authority. Third reason is immediate supervisor. Immediate supervisor means immediate boss. Whoever the immediate boss of that entrepreneur, he will be more focused on achieving the goals of the organization. He will not be interested in implementing the innovative idea of the employee. He will be more focused on achieving the goals of the organization. So he will not support intrapreneurship. He will not support the employee in implementing his ideas. The next reason is procedural delays. There will be lot of red tapeism. There will be lot of administrative procedures. There will be lot of some bureaucratic delays. So lot of paperwork has to be done. Lot of permissions have to be taken. So all this will kill the spirit of creativity in an entrepreneur. He will be so excited. He will be so excited to implement his innovative idea. But all this delay of taking permissions and taking the letter of approval, everything, all these delays will kill his creativity. So that is another problem in entrepreneurship. And also intrapreneurs, sometimes they are not given the decision making authority. They should be given some freedom to take their own decisions. Sometimes the intrapreneur cannot take decisions on his own. He has to wait for the immediate boss or the higher up, somebody to give the decision, then only he can do. So that again affects the creativity. And another reason is internal politics. In companies, there is lot of internal politics. So that also affects intrapreneurs. Because of these politics, they will not encourage him. They will not allow him to come out with his innovative ideas. Also, the adaptability to change. Some companies are not ready to change, especially top management. They are not ready to change. So that also is a barrier for entrepreneurship. They cannot implement their innovative ideas. Also, most of the companies, they focus on short-term goals. They are mainly interested in getting short-term profits. They are not interested in long-term goals. So that again affects intrapreneurs, because whatever idea he is coming out will give long-term returns. It is achieving long-term goals. So some companies don't bother about long-term goals. They will focus only on short-term goals. They want short-term profits. And another reason is that the rewarding the intrapreneur. Some companies, they don't reward them well. Some companies, they may even throw out the intrapreneur, like how Steve Jobs was thrown out of his own company which he founded. So he was thrown out because of all internal politics, and because his colleagues did not like his creative nature, did not like his innovative nature, so he was thrown out of his own company. So then he went and started Pixel. So like that, the reward sometimes is not good from the company side. They don't reward the employee well, whoever has come out with good ideas. And another reason is your colleagues. Colleagues will be jealous of you. So you have come out with a good idea, management has appreciated you, so the colleagues get jealous. So they start non-cooperating with you. They start not helping you, supporting you in any way. So that also affects entrepreneurs. Organizational support, like I told you, top management support is very, very important for intrapreneurs. So if top management is not supporting properly, especially in the case of funding and all, there will be very strict monitoring. Since they have given so much money to the entrepreneur, they will be always monitoring him to see where he spent that money, how he spent. They will question him why he spent so much money. All that thing will be irritating to the entrepreneur. It will be killing his creative spirit, his innovative spirit. So all these are problems which can arise in intrapreneurship. Biggest problem is too much monitoring by the top management of the company, especially when they have given a large funds to the entrepreneur. They will be always monitoring him to see where he spent, why he spent, and how much he spent. They will be monitoring him. So now we'll see this table which tells the difference between intrapreneur and entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is a person who has some talent. He has a idea, a thought of starting a new business, and he may have got an investor to finance a new business. Whereas an entrepreneur is a person who's working as an employee in an organization. He is managing the operations, but he does not have any entrepreneurial spirit of starting his own business, but he has some innovative ideas. He has some creative ideas. So the focus of an entrepreneur is to achieve sales, maximum sales, so that he can get the profit. So whatever business he has started, he will make sure he gets maximum sales so that he can get the maximum profit out of it. Whereas an entrepreneur will be focusing on B2B products. You know what is B2B, no? Yeah, so he'll be mainly focusing on B2B products, and he will be focusing on improving his company operations. What are the traits? An entrepreneur will have many natural traits like risk taking, decision making, leadership skills. All these traits an entrepreneur will be having, and with those traits, he will try to start a new company, a new business. Whereas an entrepreneur will not have a mindset. He will not have a mindset of starting a business. He just wants to improve his own company. He wants to improve the operations of his own company. So an entrepreneur, his area of interest is he'll be always looking for opportunities within the company or outside the company. He will be looking for any good business opportunity, and then if he finds any suitable business opportunity, he will put all his efforts, all his passion on it and start a business venture. Whereas an entrepreneur will use all his talents and all his innovative skills and his creative skills in trying to improve the operations of his company, make the operations of his company more efficient and more effective. uh, an entrepreneur is not welcomed in business because an entrepreneur is a person who has started a business. So he tomorrow he will be a competitor. Tomorrow he will become a competitor to other companies. So he is not welcomed in business. Whereas an intrapreneur will be welcomed in business because he is working as an employee in an organization and he is working to improve the operations of the company. So it will be useful for the company. So company will welcome employees, those who want to do intrapreneurial activities. So the scope of the entrepreneur is that he is starting a business. He has started his own business. The whole business is under his control. Whereas for an intrapreneur, he is not controlling the organization where he is working. He is just controlling one project or maybe one product on which he is working, on which he is trying to improve, or maybe he is trying to improve a production process, or maybe a procedure he is trying to improve. So he will be only controlling that part of a project or a procedure or a process or a particular operation, whereas an intrapreneur will be controlling his entire business. He is the boss of his entire business. Support is not required for an entrepreneur because he only has taken the calculated risk. He only has started the business venture on his own, so he does not require any kind of support. Maybe support in the form of funds from investor, maybe some grants or some incentives he will require from government, but other than that he does not require any kind of support. Whereas an intrapreneur is dependent on top management support. Without top management support, an intrapreneur cannot do any intrapreneurial activity. So he needs the support of his organization. Then only he can do something creative, something innovative. So, self-employed. Entrepreneur is self-employed because he is only running his company. He only started, he only is running his company. Whereas an intrapreneur is employed within the organization. So, this is the table which is showing the difference between intrapreneur and entrepreneurs.